Hello. Welcome to my alternate reality. I'm Victoria Pendragon, and this is the second installment in this series. I had originally intended that this series would be somewhat chronological, but as I got some feedback off of the first chapter, I thought I would jump off of that today instead, because it was from someone who got my point, which is that we all experience these alternate realities in some way. I actually had two very interesting comments back. One from, I had more than that, come to think of it. But interestingly, there was one group that said, I've never experienced these alternate realities too. I know they're out there, but I'm afraid to do it. You don't do it. You can't do it. It happens. You can turn it off when it happens. But it just happens. And it does happen to everybody. For people who say, well, that's not my thing. It's everybody, regardless, experiences reality differently. That was the point I was trying to make in the beginning of the last one. We are all different. Every one of us has a different brain from every other one of us. Every one of us certainly has a different system of neural connections within that brain. And there is no one reality, which is why truth is such a slippery thing. It can be different things to many people. There are profound truths, of course, that are the same. But as for the details, the little things in life, all different. If you ever happen to have occasion to know about a police investigation of a crime, something that people witnessed, you would know that all of the reports that they get back are subtly different from person to person, and some not so subtle. It depends on the information you are getting in, depends on your personal programming, what you've experienced. And what you see and what you hear is all colored by that. So we really do all experience alternate realities. Now, as it happens, the alternate reality I'm speaking of is one that many people feel they don't have access to, even though it's there, or feel that it doesn't exist. It makes them uncomfortable. Whatever. Back to my alternate reality. The one message I had from someone who had that morning experienced the type of alternate reality that I'm here presenting, had heard a voice when she woke up in the morning. And the voice told her that she was a creative being. That was it, very simple. A voice. And for a lot of people, the idea of hearing a voice, you take that out on the road and people, oh yeah, you heard a voice, right? It happens. And it's not a voice in your head. It's not that thing where you're listening to voices in your head that are telling you to do this, that, and the other thing. No. In my experience, it's very much outside of the head, and in her experience as well. It is a loud, heard voice. The sort of thing that can make you go, what? Because it's not inside you. And it is heard. In my case, I had one experience where also it happened first thing in the morning. Just prior to sleep, and just upon waking up, we are briefly in a trance state. The one just before sleep is called hypnopompic. The one just before waking up is called hypnagogic. And those are precious moments in which you can have particularly intense sensations of knowingness, and other things as well. But they are excellent states. People have gotten good ideas in them. People have had information revealed to them in them. And that is a very dreamlike state, even though you're aware of it. Hence, it has its own special name, because there is this mix in there that doesn't usually occur unless you're lucidly dreaming, of awareness and dream. So I, one morning, had been awakening to a dream of being one with the universe. You know, what's better than that? I was just up in the cosmos, and I was like a little tiny star amidst billions and billions of stars. I was just loving it. And I was coming out of that dream, and happy and grateful and pleased and all those sorts of things, when I was jolted into complete awareness by the sound of a voice that said to me, "And you are God's idiot." I heard that. I really heard that. And needless to say, I've never forgotten it. Ever since then, I've weighed everything I ever put down. Not necessarily everything I say, because oftentimes I'm speaking faster than I ought to be, but everything I ever put forth to people as something of value. I remember that I am God's idiot, and that will change you. And so it's there. It's part of my foundation of being. It's my understanding of who I am and what I am, apparently. So this is a voice that was outside of me, heard, experienced, as opposed to something I simply thought. I didn't think that. It just happened to me. As this woman who wrote to me, that happened to her. And this is something that can happen. I don't know how it happens. I don't know a lot of things. I very much appreciate science and their explorations, particularly physicists, particularly quantum physicists, who are more and more discovering things that seem to validate things that sages have been saying for eons. That, well, I guess sages probably haven't been around for eons, centuries, about the endlessness of being, the oneness of us all. Those things are slowly being validated by quantum physics. Also, probably validated by quantum physics, is the fact that we can't really know anything. The more we know we don't know. And that's excellent. That's the mystery. That's what the mystery schools were all about, except that they were trying to codify everything and make it a great special secret, and only these 10 people over here can know the mystery. Guess what? They don't know the mystery. They just didn't want you to know too. So people will use and misuse knowledge for all kinds of things. It's a mystery. The second time I heard a voice, I was in the bathtub. I don't remember why I was in the bathtub. I'm not a huge bath taker. I rather like the sensation of the shower hitting me right here. It's excellent. So I tend to take showers more than I take baths. And if I'm in the bath, it must be because I need to surrender to something. So I enclose myself in a body of water in a semi-womb-like fashion. And so I was in the tub, and I was in a tub of charged water because I had dumped into it a bottle of Aurasoma, Aurasoma, a healing and revealing modality, which is based on color. I don't remember what bottle I put into the tub. I imagine that it had something to do with whatever it was I was working on. And in the tub, not unlike the experience that I had when I awakened, I had another voice, and the voice said, "You know who you are." Yes, I do. I'm God's idiot. I remember that. I don't know why it happened then. I'm just grateful.